Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thanks again for joining me here. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Quick look at AVAX, see what's going on. We're going to double check a few key factors and make sure we know where we're at with this coin. Liquidation levels is one thing, but we also want to verify some key level supports and resistances. And it does look like we are due for a breakdown, but once more, liquidation isn't everything. You don't take a trade specifically on that. So just to throw it out there, though, we are seeing $41.30 as a potential support, or more importantly, a potential liquidation level for a leg down before the next leg up. A lot of different scenarios exist, but generally speaking, manipulation is a very real thing, so make sure you're aware of that. Speaking of which, make sure you're aware also too, we have some awesome trades here coming through. SEIG at 32%, Kava 156. We had a risky Bitcoin trade, the one trade I recommended nobody takes. We got a 48% stop loss there, but made it up, of course, with 80% from Atom, 340% from Audio, Polkadot 112, Filecoin 88%, and then, of course, SEI short, again, a secondary one there. Basically, same trade, just another take profit target. So cool stuff, awesome, very, very profitable weekend. Congrats again to everybody. Let's take a look here at AVAX and just kind of see what's going on with the foundation of, supports. Because again, we got $41.30 as that next level there. Could be swept. If it is, just be mindful that's a very real thing. So let's look at the daily time frame and kind of just double check here. We are still above moving averages, looking pretty solid in the most case. A lot of coins are exuding similar behaviors though, showing the stochastic RSI swinging back, and of course traditional RSI kind of hanging out in that 50 to 60 range. So it is getting closer down, but it's not really extended to the downside just yet. So there's more room for downside. Is the bottom line. If you're considering a short, $36 is a very heavy concentration of volume, and that's a previous resistance / support level that we've talked about previously. More recently, it worked as a support. So again, those are some really positive signs here, but truth is, price could continue to lower. If it does, this 0.5 fib level to stay above the 20-day SMA would make sense. Hypothetically, that would be roughly about 4 to 5% from now. Okay, so we could see some further downside. I'm really not saying that to kind of get that in your mind that you want to take a short. I'm just saying, in general, the daily time frame is showing some shifts in momentum here. We want to be mindful of that. We're also seeing that we're down below the 20-day SMA and underneath this most recent time frame point of control, such as $43. So again, I've talked about this previously. So $43 has always been a support and resistance range for us, both before with a daily candlestick high, but also now with that current point of control. So it's important to recognize that that's not great with us coming down to test 50 again on the RSI. And of course, money flow index pulling back, stochastic swinging down a second, or even third time at this point if you see it, and obviously MACD gaining momentum. So this is not like a truly bearish situation, it's just not a bullish situation. There's no other way around it. So again, a lot of this hinges on how Bitcoin is performing, right? Bitcoin's been kind of up and away, and deciding now to kind of pull back a little bit. We're seeing a pullback from AVAX, which started before Bitcoin continued higher. So to me, coins that are performing like this are due for a stronger correction, if you will, than it would to be a further upside. Okay, so again, be very careful just taking along with this coin right now. I don't like to short very many coins, but this is leaning a little bit more towards a shorting opportunity. And let's just confirm if there's anything else that kind of letting us know where we're at. We are underneath the cloud. Again, we're getting rejected by this point, 236 Fibonacci retracement level at $42.60. We are 1, 2, 3, 4 hours into this closure below the cloud. Now keep in mind this is moderately range-bound activity, but lagging span is free and clear, and conversion lines right there at the baseline. So this isn't like a definitive direction teller, but to me personally, seeing as Bitcoin might reject out at 68K, again, emphasis on the word might, we are in a situation where this coin's looking pretty weak in the overall sense. And it wouldn't make a ton of sense for the price to just shoot off and take off from here. Granted, we could get a bounce off of 50 on the RSI. That can happen sometimes. But we've retested 50 on the RSI multiple times now, or at least a second, almost third time in the last week. Okay, it's letting me know that we are trying to break down and more likely to do so than to break up. Again, a lot of different schools of thought here, but generally speaking, there's more room for downside, in my personal opinion, than upside. But if we can't establish higher highs and higher lows, I would say a short might be a good consideration for this coin. I don't like to say that in this market though, so tread carefully. Make sure you have some stop losses in place and you are careful with your trades. But for lack of better terms here, I'm leaning a little bit more towards the price going down than up. But again, I would like to have more definitive confirmation, so I'm going to wait a little bit longer if I were to consider a short, see what Bitcoin does first. If Bitcoin dominance starts to come up and this coin stays the same, that might be a consideration for the price to pull back too. Again, a few other schools of thought there. Once more, if you're taking a trade, just low position size, low leverage, that's the best way to go in this market so you don't get destroyed. I know you're not getting 1,000% returns and you can't, compete with the next guy on Twitter or social media that's showing how awesome they are, flexing their ridiculous muscles, by the way, if you are using high leverage. It's just pathetic and weird that that's actually a thing. There's a lot of funny memes in line, but that should be a new meme, honestly. It's just high leverage, risky calls, basically throwing money at the wall, seeing if it sticks. Anyways, conversation for another day as per usual. Thanks so much for watching. Look forward to seeing the next one. Have a good rest of your day. Oh, very last thing. Sorry, this is important too. Bitunix, make sure that you use the link down below to register. We need to have a certain amount of registrations for this contest in order for us to be able to have this prize pool available. So again, just use my link to register. If you've already used it, jump on in there and make sure that you actually enroll in that so we can benefit from that together. Hope you have a great rest of the day. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.